Welcome back everybody. After all, we just connected to our database so we can retrieve the data on the index.php. So actually we don't need the db.php anymore. Let's just close. Don't delete actually. I don't mean that we can remove that. Actually we don't need to edit this file, so let's just close that. And I'm just going to the index.php right now, and here I just included the db.php. So in the same way I have to include other things. So now if you just want to get the data from MySQL database, so actually MySQL supports the SQL query. So what we have to do, so let's just let's just open the PHP tags here. I just opened that, and then what to do, if you just simply want to call or retrieve the data from database, we have to create, as I said, that we have to create some SQL statements here as to SQL queries. So for the SQL queries, we are just creating a new variable, okay, SQL. And here, now this is really necessary to create double quotes, not the single quotes, for the SQL queries. And here, how to select any data, okay, just remember what I'm telling, how to select any data from the database. Let us type SELECT and press any space, okay. This is a manner and this is a rule, not really necessary, but this is the rule to type all the SQL query in capital letters and table name and the field name in small letters. So I'm just typing select all. And how to type all? So this is not a way to type all, just type asterisk. Asterisk means select all, okay. Now the SQL query is really easy and totally designed in English manners. Just type select all from, okay. It means I'm just telling that I just want to select all from. So now just mention the table name, okay. What is the name of the table? Actually the table name is, now first thing first, we just connected to the database, okay. By using the db.php, we are inside this database already in the PHP course, okay. We just mentioned the PHP course there, or no? We should mention, but I'm just going to check there again. I'm just opening the db.php here, and yes, we just mentioned the PHP course. So actually we are inside the PHP course, okay. So the thing is, we just have to call the comments table there. So select all from comments inside the PHP course, which is actually coming from the db.php, okay. Select all from comments. I'm not mentioning any other thing. By the way, there are a lot of queries in HTML in the SQL, which is really important, but I'm not doing all them. Now first thing is to create the SQL query, then just run the query, okay. Execute or run the query. So I'm just running the query. I'm just making another SQL, run SQL. Oh sorry, not SQL, the variable, okay. Run SQL variable. Here there is a function to do that, MySQLi query, query, and then add two parentheses as I did. And then what I have to do, this is the database required function, okay. So we have to mention the database connection here. As you remember, in the db.php, the MySQLi connect function, I'm just going to the db.php again. I just created a variable, and in this variable I just connected to the database, okay. So I just need to call this connection function multiple times. I'm just going to the index.php, and here I'm just calling connection and add a comma. Then just type your SQL, your query. The query is, now the thing is, I'm not only typing the SQL, I'm just typing select all from comments. I can do another thing. For example, I'm just copying all this and I can paste this, or I can create the query here as well. But this is not a preferred way, because this making is a little bit not readable. If you just want to make your document readable, so you should type the query in the variable and then just call the variable. Now actually we've run the query. Now to get the data, we have to use while loop, okay. So the third thing is just type while and two parentheses, two curly braces. You've learned about the while loop already multiple times. Here I'm just using the while loop again. What I'm just doing, first of all, just create an array. Okay, I'm just typing rows as array and is equals to now the function mysqli fetch a sock. Okay, here inside this function in the mysqli fetch a sock, I have to type the run SQL. Okay, what is the run SQL? Actually, this is actually the relation between all these things here in the rows array. Actually, this will be raw. Okay, here I'm just fetching the MySQL associative data. I can type array as well. This MySQL sock or MySQL array, I can type array as well. No difference between them, by the way. Now here rows, in the rows I just collected the run SQL, and in the run SQL I have the complete SQL query and the connection to the database. So in this way, actually, when I just double click here and I just echo, okay, in while loop, okay, I'm just simply typing rows. Okay, now put two square brackets, and in the square brackets just mention your column name, or actually which is called the field name. Here I'm inside the comments and I'm just calling the subject column. Okay, so I'm just going to the notepad plus plus. Here I'm just typing subject. This is case sensitive, so be careful and type the same spelling and save that, and go to the browser and refresh this page. Now I need a web developer job. This is the thing, I'm just getting this data from database. So I hope you understood how to connect the database, and if our database has multiple data, or for example multiple rows, then I'll get multiple as much rows as our database has, we can retrieve in the index.php page by using this way. So I think you understood how to retrieve the data. We can retrieve multiple data as well. For example, I'm just concatenating the br here, br, and duplicate it, and I'm just typing here the comments. Save that and go to the notepad, browser, refresh that. Now, hi there, I need a job on web developer post. I found that you've some kind of job vacancy for a person like me. Here you can see that I just typed that here in the comments area. Okay, so this is really easy method to retrieve any data from database to the page. Okay, and if you just want to make the table, let's just create a table and just collect all the data in a perfect manner. I'll teach you how to do that in next class, so stay tuned and goodbye.